Hello, love. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jennifer Laurel Keller, and I'm an acrylic and mixed media artist and instructor, but what I really do is help people gain creative confidence. I'm back after a low social media April, and I thought today I would bring you into the studio with me. I just felt like I had to shake out some of the kinks from my painting energy. So I'm going to do a really loose, expressive, colorful, abstract painting. Last month was all about getting a few important things done under the radar, and I was focused on catching up on some adulting after a big year of high creative output and online class making. And I sort of needed a vacation from teaching and to tend to my own personal life. So number one, we got vaccinated. That was a huge relief. I didn't have many side effects except from a sore arm and being a little bit sleepy, but Michael actually did get a fever and chills, so I'm really glad that's over with. The vaccination really does give you like a mental boost. It's like walking through a gate where everything is much safer on the other side. So I wish all of you a smooth and easy vaccination, and hopefully very soon this will all be behind us. And number two, I did my taxes. I have always been so anxious about taxes. I get really frustrated with them until recently. So I started using Quicken and TurboTax, and I'm feeling much more confident about the process than I have in the past, which is really nice. I'd still rather be doing something else, but I have changed my attitude about it quite a bit. And instead of complete dread, I started thinking of my money as a flock of sheep that I have to tend to and count, and then the taxes are like me paying money to the landowner who lets me graze my sheep on their grass so they get a cut or something like that. I don't know, but it helps. So once that was done, I took a week to go up north and visit my parents for the first time in a really long time, which was great. And we hugged and got some vehicle stuff taken care of, which was awesome. And of course, there is a gardener. If you hear a gardener in the distance, I'm sorry. And it was just wonderful weather, and I just soaked it up. When the sun is out on the North Coast, it's so good to be outside. In Sacramento, it's already getting too hot to be in the sun for very long. And it's only just early May, but up there everything is still green, and you can just lie in the sun and read. It's so nice. And I also took some time in April to work on a new series. I wanted to work on a body of work that was just for my own art. And as a teacher, I'm often trying to make new classes, which means that the subject of my work is always changing. So it was really nice to go deep into a few pieces and allow myself to meander and explore within a process without the need to do it on camera and verbalize it. So it was a nice, quiet practice where I went inward, and I'm really excited about the outcome. Those are not quite ready to unveil yet, but I will when they're ready. And I also spent some time applying to galleries, and what I noticed was that things have really changed since I worked in galleries circa 2002 to about 2008. Between online sales and the pandemic, I'm noticing a definite shift from commercial galleries to collectives. And now this is just my own observation, so I can't say for sure, but it does seem that with the pandemic that commercial galleries are booked out much further than they were before, and there seems to be a lot more opportunities to rent wall space in a collective where you would have an agreement to work with the gallery for a day or to a month, and in addition to paying for the space that you hang your art up. Now, do I think that one is more valid than the other? No. Each type of gallery has their own value within the market. But I do find that commercial galleries are perhaps a bit more chic than collectives, and they're selling a more curated collection of art, which targets a certain clientele. And then collectives are getting paid on artists' dues, so they care more about having a full roster of artists. So with collectives, you're taking on more risk up front as the artist in the form of time and money, whereas with commercial galleries, the gallery takes the risk, but then they also take a higher commission. So if you're part of a gallery, whether it's a commercial gallery or a collective, I'd love to know in the comments about your experience and whether you're happy with the sales and the way the gallery is managed. So let me know. And while we're talking about comments, why not like and subscribe my channel? I'd love to have you along in the studio for all future art making sessions for sure. So now that I'm back to filming, I felt like I just had to shake out the dust and move some colorful paint around on the canvas, kind of like getting a massage. I didn't limit my palette. I got out all of my colors and just went for it. So now looking back at this painting, I love it in so many stages. The thing about abstracts is that it's a process where I go in and I make a mess and I get really loose and things get crazy and busy and there's lots of play, and then I let that dry and come back in, and in the next layer I clean it up, calm it down, and then make another different mess. And then I let that dry and do it all over again. Make a mess, clean it up, make a mess, clean it up, until I'm happy with each part of the canvas. And there are also other things that I look for, like balance and color theory and contrast, texture, and all of those little check boxes that I always talk about in my classes. So you might be thinking, how do you know what colors to start with? How do you know what to put where? And that, my friends, is where understanding color mixing and pairing comes in. So I would definitely recommend, for those of you who are interested in learning more about color, to check out my Skillshare class, Color Quest. And in that class, not only do I talk about how to mix every color, but also how to pair complementary colors, choose your palette, and at the end, we make some abstract paintings to put everything we learned together into one piece. And I will link that class down below. It's a great place to start. And also, I'm going to put this painting up in my online shop. And I'm going to try something sort of new. I've done this a couple times for my email list, but what I want to do is offer it at an early bird sale rate for today only. So that's Thursday, May 6th, 2021, from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you can get this piece as part of its unveiling sale for 25% off. So just for its opening day, as kind of an early bird thing, you will save 25% for its unveiling price. And then on May 7th, the following day, it will go back to full price if it doesn't sell. So if it doesn't sell, you can still get it if it's still available. But it kind of depends on who's online, and the people who are subscribed to my email list will learn about this directly from their inbox. So if you want notifications about things like this in the future, I highly recommend heading over to my website and subscribing to my email list. And that will be linked down below, as well as the link to this piece in my shop, which I'm calling Express Yourself. And it's so full of color and expressive brush strokes. It's kind of how I felt when I made it. So check that link out down below and you can take a closer look on my website. And remember, there's only one original painting on sale, so if you want to grab it, you have to act quickly before someone else. So I'd love to see it go to a new home. Hopefully that's you. So I hope you enjoyed this video and watching this process. I love having you into my studio for these sessions. And remember, painting is meant to be fun. So if you show up and practice with an open mind, you'll learn something new every time. Happy creating. Much love.